Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Engineer Junction. In this video we are going to discuss about Unit 5 of IOT, Internet of Things. So IOT physical servers and cloud offerings. So what is the physical servers and what are the cloud offerings? So here physical servers and cloud offerings are both are plays a crucial role in the IoT. Why? Because we are using servers for retrieving the data, and when it comes to the cloud, it can store the data. Whatever the sensors or whatever the IoT devices can share the data, those all data is storing in the cloud. And whenever a user want to request to the server that I need some data, then those all data is placed in the physical servers. So we'll discuss what are those in the realm. It is nothing but a field or real role. Okay, in the role of the Internet of Things, both physical servers and cloud offerings plays crucial roles, each with its own set of advantages and disadvantages. As I already told that these both are crucial roles plays. Why? Because I already told that cloud is nothing but storage, server is nothing but whenever user want to request some data whichever produced by the IoT devices, those all will retrieving by request to the server. So it have both advantages and disadvantages are present. So what is, first of all, what is IoT physical server? So physical server in IoT, why we are using the physical server of IoT? Why? Because it is a unit of location on premises in the data centers, right? Data centers is nothing but what? Data center is nothing but it is a center of data. So all the data whichever this IoT physical devices are produced, those all data will be stored in the data centers, and those we can request through the HTTP URLs, and all we can request to the particular data server, and we will get some information. And one more thing, in every organization, every company, there is their own what we can say server is there. Why? Because for those company data all will be present in the data center, so that is nothing but the data server. Okay, so dedicated hardware units located on premises or in data center, specially designed for handling, processing, storage by IoT device whichever the data is producing, those all data is present in the data centers. That is nothing but the IoT physical servers. Okay, by using this IoT physical servers, we have how the user can interact with the physical servers, we will discuss. See here, one client is there, and the physical server language is nothing but the PHP. I think you know what is PHP language, how we can implement. So like this we have to use, and we have to write the code, right? So next, by using the internet, we can request to the data server, and it will respond to corresponding data to the user. And before that it will check the authentication. So what is authentication? It will check username and password, then only it will share the data. Otherwise, if any mismatches are there, then it won't share the data to corresponding client. So the data have different types of for example, see, we will discuss about advantages. Okay, enhanced security. The security was very good in the when it comes to the server. Why? Because I told that authentication is going to happening in the physical servers. Okay, next, low latency and greater control. Low latency is nothing but less, what we can say, in this less amount of time. By using HTTP and URLs, we can create and we can share the data. This is nothing but the low latency. And greater control is nothing but it is a high control is there, right? By using so many languages, so many programming languages, server languages, the IoT physical devices are greater control by like nothing but we are updating control by using control statements only. We are updating, right? Control statement is nothing but query. Data centers have data warehouse, databases, all we know, right? So this all will store the data, and we can go through the server by using these all queries or commands. Okay, Next, disadvantage: high initial investment. Investment was very high. Why? Because see here, it is an organization. For example, let us take this is an organization. This organization, if you keep the all data in one cloud or one physical server, then it is impossible to, what we can say, it is impossible to take that is nothing but it is lock in, okay, okay, that is nothing but the organization. See here, this is email, this is a phone contact details, and whatever the details of employees, customers and all. So if you keep those all in one server, then it is nothing but the lock-in, okay. This is not that much efficient way. If you keep server, and if you keep each and every different, for example, here in this server we have customer details, in this server we have uh, uh, employees details, and one more thing, have one more details. So what are the business ideas and all, if you keep in some other another server, then it is easy to efficient way, right? So that is nothing but the increase high initial investment for buying each and every server. It is high cost, right? So server is nothing but not that much easy. It has so much memory needed for servers and all. So there is a so much big maintenance we need. So, and one more thing, it is increased maintenance. This is also one what we can say disadvantage. Why? Because we have to maintain that if there is a null values or duplicated values, then it is not that much efficient way, right? So we have to increase the maintenance of that server, and limited scalability. We have to measure the server in limited. So that is also one disadvantages of IoT physical server. Next, we will discuss about cloud offering. What is the cloud offering, and how the cloud is nothing but what? Cloud is nothing but storage of physical devices or IoT devices. Whatever the IoT sensors or IoT devices are producing data, those all data is present in the cloud. That is nothing but the cloud offerings. Whenever we need or a user need to interact with the data of or user need that data of any IoT device, then it is easy to grab the data from the cloud. That's all that all data is present in the cloud. That is nothing but the cloud is nothing but a storage, okay. AWS and these all are the cloud computing only, right? So cloud platform provides scalable and flexible computing resources over the internet. By using internet, we have flexible computing resources, right? Flexible is nothing but it is easy or flexible, okay. Next, enabling organizations to leverage infrastructure for physical hardware. For physical hardware devices also we have infrastructure of organization. Next, advantages: cost effectiveness, flexible. If I already told that flexible is a one of the main advantage of cloud offerings, and cost effectiveness is not that much compared to the physical server. Next, we'll discuss with another topic: introduction to cloud storage models and communication. So the cloud storage models, or we can say cloud server or cloud storage in IoT, this all are nothing but same, okay. Don't confuse. If the question is about cloud storage in 5th unit, then you have to write this. Okay, no need to worry, okay. Next, introduction to cloud models and communication APIs. So we will discuss what are the cloud storage models and what are the communication APIs. See, cloud storage models. There are several cloud storage models available, each with its own characteristics and use cases. There are several, right? I think you understood, right? Next, first one is public cloud storage. Second one is private cloud storage, and third one is hybrid cloud storage. What is public cloud storage? So this is the most common model where third party provider makes storage resources available to multiple customers over the internet. So that is it is provided by the what we can say third party. That is nothing but, for example, here take Google Cloud Storage. We are all using, right? So this Google Cloud Storage is provided by the Google is a third party, right? So by using this, all the public will store the data into this Google Cloud Storage, right? So that is nothing but it is not the, private. Okay, it is only for all the people who are using those, all the resources available for all the people, all the storage of public. Okay, that is nothing but the public cloud storage, and it is highly scalable, cost effectiveness, and required minimal maintenance. It requires some minimal maintenance. It is scalable and cost effectiveness not that much, right? So we are using Amazon S3 and cloud storage, right? Google Cloud Storage. These all are nothing but the public. So when it comes to the private cloud storage, in this storage infrastructure is dedicated to a single organization. As in previous page we discussed about one organization have some cloud storage, right? Nothing but servers we have, right? So same it is cloud. So each and every organization or company must and should have some, they will buy some cloud to store the data of business or whatever it may be, business customer details, what the products are buying by the customer, and how many products are sold, and how many products were there in, and if there any offers needed, is there any, and all details will be stored in the cloud storage. That is nothing but a private cloud storage. For each and every organization they will must and should keep one cloud storage. For that we need some minimal cost also. Okay, next, it is not shared with others. Yes, of course, the data or that storage will not share to the public. It is only for particular organization or company. Next, private cloud storage offers greater control over data security and compliance. So it is nothing but a greater control. Why? Because it is using only by the one organization, so it is definitely it is offering greater control. Okay, and maintenance also very good, because only one company only using. For that also, for maintenance, that what we can say cloud storage also, some employees are there. So we have to, the employees will see, and if there is any duplicate or any value, then they will update that storage, and they will improve the storage. Okay, next, high investment and maintenance. As I already told that it a little bit minimal cost is there. Okay, more cost is there, right? Next, maintenance also high is there. Okay, next, hybrid cloud storage. This model combines both public and private cloud storage, allowing organizations to store sensitive data in a private cloud. So private cloud is store the sensitive data in one organization. That is already discussed, right? So it is a cloud hybrid, is nothing but a storage of both public and private, is nothing but the hybrid cloud storage. Public cloud is cloud for less sensitive data. Okay, private for one organization, public for sensitive data. Why? Because in private is nothing but for particular one organization. Whatever the details of that company, users, employees, customers, that all sensitive data is must and should present in the private cloud storage. And whenever it comes to the hybrid, so public cloud storage, that must not what we can say particular one organization is not going to keep that data, whole data in public, right? Why they will keep public? They want to keep, right? They will keep one separate cloud storage, and they will keep all the details in that only whatever the not that much sensitive data, those only public will use, right? So that is the reason why they will keep in less sensitive data in public. And when it comes to the private cloud, it is having more sensitive data of particular one organization. Next, multi cloud storage. This is also one type of one model of cloud storage. This approach involves using storage services from the multiple public cloud providers. So we already discussed that who is the third party, right? It is nothing but the public cloud. The multi cloud storage is nothing but the public cloud providers, multiple public cloud providers are there to store the services. Okay, this can help avoid, see here, vendor lock-in. Vendor lock-in is nothing but one organization have to store the data in different cloud. For users one cloud, for customers one cloud, for employees one cloud. So there should be different types of cloud. Okay, there should be different type of cloud storage for different types of data. Okay, this is nothing but the vendor lock-in. What is vendor lock-in is nothing but one organization must and should maintain different types of cloud storages. For what? For storing the different types of data. Next, communication APIs. We discussed the cloud storage models. Now we will discuss the communication APIs. API. Okay, communication APIs are essential for interacting with the cloud storage services. So communication APIs interacts with the server storage, cloud storage. Why? Because API is an interface. Okay, whenever the user wants to request or something, then this API will communicate with the cloud storage, so that it can give to the particular or respected whatever the customer needs. The details all will discover, and they will give to the respected what we can say, user or client. Okay, next, they provide a standardized way for application to send data to the cloud, retrieve data, manage storage resources. So the communication APIs may request and may receive the data, whatever the value or whatever the data which passes through the communication APIs by the internet. By using internet, the user may request to the server, and the API is nothing but an interface. It is interface to communicate with the server or cloud storage. So by using that, we can retrieve the data, and we can manage storage resources. This is nothing but the communication APIs. In communication APIs, we have two types: RESTful and SOAP APIs. So RESTful APIs are HTTP methods, hypertext transport protocols. In this, we have four different types of operations are present when it comes to the communication APIs in RESTful APIs. So get, post, put, delete. So whenever we want to delete something in the respected storage or respected cloud, we use the delete option. Whenever some data we are going to inserting, that is nothing but a put. Post and get is nothing but a retrieving. Post is nothing but sending. Okay, retrieving requested what we can say, data. Okay, next, SOAP APIs. These APIs useful XML based extendable markup language based messages to communicate with cloud storage services. This is useful for the XML based messages and more complex than RESTful API, but offer greater security. It gives the greater security, and it is more complex compared to the RESTful. Why? Because RESTful is general, right? HTTP, we are every day we are using some HTTP, and URL means it is not that much complex. The SOAP have SOAPs have more complex. Okay, next, WebSocket we are using in this is another communication API. WebSocket bidirectional, user and as well as storage, cloud storage, both are interacting with each other. So user want to request to the cloud, and cloud will give the response to the user. This is nothing but a two-way communication. That is nothing but the bidirectional. Next, COAP. COAP is nothing but constrained application protocol, and MQTT is nothing but message queue telemetry transport. These all are nothing but the communication APIs. Okay, next, what is a web server? And one more thing I want to tell, that in our syllabus we have cloud storage of, or cloud of IoT is also there. So for that also we have to write cloud storage models only. What public, private and hybrid, multi-cloud, right? So these are only the cloud storage, different types of cloud storages in IoT. Okay, next we will discuss web server. What is web server in IoT? So web server is nothing but it is a user friendly request. Okay, whenever user is interacting with web server, web browser only. Okay, web browser we are user interacting through that by using internet. The respected request in the form of http or url that will go to the web server, and the web server will give response to the internet, and that will give to the user or customer or client, whatever it may be. Okay, this plays a crucial role in the cloud storage by acting as intermediate between user and storage. Okay, I told you right already. So it is a intermediate between user and as well as storage infrastructure. Storage infrastructure is nothing but a server. Okay, in server only we are storing all, right? So next, they handle user request, authentication users and internet wind cloud storage APIs to retrieve and store data. So the web server can handle user request. It will handle user request, whatever the request we are sending from by using internet. Those all requests will handle, and it will check. Before the check, it won't give any access to the user. So it will check authentication, verify that, it will check that is that particular person username and password both are same or not. If it is same, then only it will go and it will give the access to the user. That is nothing but authentication of user. And internet while wing cloud storage API to retrieve and store the data. So after the authentication, if you want to store any data in web servers, then it will store. Or if you want any extracting or retrieving the data, then it is possible by using authentication process after that. Okay, next, web servers also provide a user interface for accessing, managing cloud storage resources. So web servers is nothing but by using web browsers we are using internet. As I already told that the users interact with the web browser, and it will give the request to the internet, and it will give to the web servers. So if the after authentication process, the web server can respond to the internet, and internet is respond to the web server, web browser. And through web browser, the user may know and user may retrieve the data, and user may store the data. And see here, web servers provide a user interface for accessing, managing cloud storage resources. Okay, this is how the process of web server. User may manage the cloud storage resources. Okay, example, Apache Tomcat. We know that, right? Apache Tomcat is a HTTP server. Okay, Apache HTTP server. In that we have Tomcat and different types of there. So Apache Tomcat is one of the example. And next, Microsoft Internet Information Services, IIS. Okay, Microsoft, this is come from Microsoft, MS Word and this all there, right? So this is nothing but the Microsoft web server. Next topic is Python web application framework, designing a RESTful web API. So what is a framework? In general, we have for example, for Java also we have what we can say, frameworks are there, right? Angular and all different types of frameworks are present, right? So for Python we are using IoT through Python, right? So for Python we have different three types of frameworks are there: Django, Flask API. These three are the different types of Python frameworks. So we are using Flask because it is a efficient. Okay, so why this, how to use the Flask in the form of in order to get framework design. Okay, using Flask. REST stands for representation state transfer. Okay, rest is nothing but representation state transfer, and it is an architecture style used in modern web development. Okay, one second, one second. uh, Next, an architecture style used in modern web development. It defines a set of rules for web application to send receive data. So the framework is nothing but what? It is a type of API. Okay, web API. It is a type of web API. Web API. In web API, we are using Flask is a framework. So what it will do? It defines a architecture style in modern web development. We are directly using web development by any framework. Okay, it will design for CSS like that. Instead of doing this all directly, we'll use by what we can say Python only. We are using directly, we are creating directly app, right? So that is what I told in morning session, sorry, in previous videos, the Python features in third unit. It is a front end and back end. So here in front end we have this framework will come, and in back end we have web servers will come. Okay, next, it is defined as a set of application to send and receive data from the storage. Next, Flask is popular micro framework for building. It's very easy to use and lacks most of the advanced functionalities which is found in a full-fledged framework. It is nothing but it is very easy to use, right? So Flask is a popular, it is nothing but a popular framework, and it is very easy to use, and more of the advanced functionalities are formed in the Flask. That is why we are using at starting only I told some efficiency and some advanced concepts are there, right? That is why we are using Flask. Next, libraries required. This is library. Okay, so what are the libraries we need required? Sudo pip3 install Flask restful. Sorry, this is Flask restful. So this is nothing but the library required. So we are going to pip install first the whatever the libraries we need. So you have to use by pip3 install. Okay, pip3 is nothing but it is a keyword, or it is a what we can say, it is a command uh, to download or to install any particular libraries. Okay, from Flask, import Flask js4nify request. Okay, js-onify request app Flask name, creating for Flask app. So by using Flask, why we are using this Flask? For it is a framework, right? So we are going to creating one app here. Okay, create app API. Okay, API is nothing but app star Flask name. Flask is nothing but a framework, and for that we have to give name. This is how creation of Flask app. Okay, we are we are creating app, and it is by using Flask framework, and the app name we have to give. For example, app root slash methods dot get post. We are using get and post, two different types of operations present in the API. Okay, web servers and all. Okay, next, define home. So we are providing some home page in the app. If request dot method equals to get, if we want to uh, like if the user wants to, after creation of some app, if user want to give some request, okay, that request method equals to get. If he is retrieving some data, then it will produce, then the output is date hello world, for example. Okay, some user want to request that I need this, I need this, that, by using the user, right? Daily we are searching in Google, right? So those all are nothing but by using HTTP server only. So if that request method is equals to get, then what is the output? We have the data is having hello world, so the data we have to print. Okay, this is the way, right, how to use framework flask. Okay, flask is a framework we are using. Just simple, we are creating one app and we are providing some operations here, get and post. Whenever a user wants to request method, request is nothing but extracting, right, extracting data from that particular server. So what will happen if request method equals to get? If the request method is get, something is asking or something is taking from the server, not post. Post is nothing but he's giving some details to the particular web server, right? So if request method is get, then data is equals to hello world. So the hello world will be produced as output to the user, and it will give return to the servers to the web application. Next, for example, here it is a one, what we can say, um, one application we are creating. Okay, that is nothing but a calculate. Okay, for example, 2 square is there 4, right? So the we are calculating the power, okay, square of particular number. That is what we are creating a application based on that requirement. So app root home, we are using home. In int num, we are using integer as name. In angular bracket you have to keep this. Okay, this is home. For creation of home we have two slashes and int num dot methods get. We are giving some numbers and we are extracting some values, right? So why, that is why we are using get operator here. And definite diff disp of name. Okay, disp is nothing but a function. We know that how to create a function in Python. In third unit we discussed each and every step clearly. Okay, this is the way of creation of a function in the Python. So this is a function name and this is a def keyword, and this is parameterized function, parameterized method. So we have to pass the number here, value. Okay, next, return json5 data colon num star star 2. Num star star 2 is nothing but, for example, we need to find any, this framework is for what, for providing square, right? So square of particular number. So if you give number as anything, like for example 10, then 10 into 2 is nothing but 10 power 2. 10 power 2 is nothing but 100, right? This is the output for that. See here, this is up to here clear, right? So what we are doing, just simply we are passing a parameter number and we are doing a square of that particular number, right? Next, driver function. If name equals to main, then app run debug equals to true. We are passing number value through the main, right? So if name equals to main is nothing but, we are driver function is nothing but who is operating, right? Driver who is driving the car, for example. So same like that, in function also, the name of any function we have which is present in the main function, that is nothing but the name. If name equals to main, that is nothing but app dot run debug equals to true. We have to give debug, and in main function we have to give some number, for example 10. After giving that some 10 number, it will go and it will print the 100 as output. Okay, this is all about the fifth unit in IoT, Internet of Things. Thank you for watching, and like, share to your friends and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.